Hi, and welcome to Lippy Presents Ghost News Network. Today is our question of the week. Tom, what do you got for us?
So this question actually comes from one of our YouTube viewers, and we thought it was a really good question, so we wanted to discuss it and see if we can give you an answer. So the question was around temperature theory. We had a video a few weeks ago about that, and what he asked was, if energy can't be created or destroyed, when there is a cold spot, shouldn't there always be a corresponding hot spot? So.
It's a good question. I think the simple answer is yes. In the way scientifically that we believe hot spots and cold spots are formed. And I'll kind of just go through it just in case if people didn't actually see that video. So in theory, you have your ghost, and what's happening is it's drawing heat energy out of the air, condensing it to one spot, causing an increase in temperature here, causing a hot spot. The surrounding area, because it's drawing in the heat energy, causes a cold spot. So, in theory, yeah, I mean, realistically, if you have a hot spot, you should have a cold spot. If you have a cold spot, you probably should have a hot spot, because it's drawing out that heat energy. This is not an exact science. Once again, this is all theory, and this is stuff that we test. Mm-hmm. I can tell you from my 16 years of experience that if I've gotten a hot spot, I have not caught a cold spot with it, and vice versa. Yeah. I've caught hot spots, I've caught cold spots, but I've not caught both of them together. Right. Why is that? I don't know. That's something, there could be a lot going on there. Air for the most part doesn't stay stagnant. Even though it may feel that way, it doesn't necessarily stay stagnant, it moves. So that's something where in future investigations, where if we do capture a cold spot or a hot spot, move real fast. Because air is not just going to stick around. If it's being condensed here, the energy of the air, or whatever you want to call it, it's going to start moving. So that's something that we could try to start doing and see if there is something there. Because I think that would definitely give the theory a hell of a lot more credibility if you're picking up a hot spot here and alright, it's drawing out the heat energy, you got it here, there's got to be a cold spot somewhere. Right. Is it going to be right on top? No, it's probably going to be moving around. It's air moves. So that's something where,
and it could be higher than we could notice it. We're not linear. We're not talking about linear space. Right. We're talking about literally a spherical form of space.
It could be right above us.
Absolutely.
Just not notice it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's a great question. I think it's definitely something where we need to definitely test that theory out there. And I think, once again, if you're able to capture both, gives that theory a hell of a lot more credibility. Right. So, I mean, we'll try to do that in our future investigations. That might be a standard that we set. And if we do start to see in our future investigations, hey, we're capturing both. Right. We'll definitely shoot a video, let the public know, hey, this is something maybe where paranormal investigators, when they're investigating, this is something you got to look at. Not just directly in front of you, but try to get that other section of it, too. Right. I think it's a great question. I think it's a great question. I'm really thinking out of the box.
Yeah. So. I would also say the opposite to that is that if something is absorbing the heat energy or bundling it up, as soon as there's a void in that space, the air molecules are going to come and fill that void back up, which might be why you might not find one. Right. Another thing to look at is who's to say, if you're using, in this case, it would be an ambient temperature thermometer. Who's to say that the energy, the hot or cold, the hot energy it's taking, the heat energy it's taking, isn't necessarily from an object? The only way you would be able to confirm that is if you had a surface temperature thermometer to coincide with your ambient temperature thermometer. So it's more than one thing that you've got to look at here. It's such a huge topic.
It's crazy too, because when you do get a hot spot and cold spot, it's not like it just stays. Mm-hmm. It moves. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like if I'm getting a hot spot here and I call you 10 feet over, you got to trace it. It's almost like when you get variances in EMF. It's not like it's going to stick around. It's going to move around. Yeah. So you got to follow that source. So that's something to look at. If you're getting a hot spot, try to find that cold spot too, and see that, you know. I think it's
Yeah.
a good. I think it's
I think it's
a
worth- yeah,
really
definitely
good question,
something
and
worth
definitely
checking
something to go deeper into that theory. So, good question. Yeah. If you guys
Do you have anything to add? No, I'm good.
Just, I mean, kind of what we were saying, like, you know, who's to say, we don't know, you know, where that spirit's manifesting. It could be manifesting on the other side of the room, and by the time we're feeling it, you know, it's
Right.
it's moved 20
Right.
feet. Or if you're outside, it could have manifested a mile away and come into the site, and that's what we're feeling. So,
Could have been from underneath your feet in the cement
Yeah,
troll,
I mean-
you know, the ground's energy.
or again, 5 feet above our heads or
Yeah.
less. I mean, 'cause generally, if we're checking temperature, we're not.
We're doing
not,
this.
We're not doing this.
People-
You know, we're,
And that's not us. That's paranormal investigators. You feel a hot or cold spot, you start feeling like you'll go down a little bit, you'll go up, but people don't tend to raise their hand above their head whenever they're looking for hot spots and cold spots. Because I think we're trained as human beings to think on such linear and such a linear aspect.
Right.
We don't. We forget that there's all this other stuff around us that
Yeah, yeah.
we should be experiencing as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Thank you very much. That was from Mr. Trevor, I think, was his username.
Awesome.
What do you guys think of that question from Mr. Trevor? Let us know in the comment section below. And thank you very much for that question. We really appreciate it, and I hope you feel sufficiently answered with that. If you haven't yet, you can give our videos a like, share, and subscribe. And you can click the little notification bell to know when all of our content is being uploaded to YouTube. So thank you guys very much for joining us on this latest edition of Ghost News Network. And until next time, take care, guys.